Really? Did I scare you? Did this work? Yes. All right. Hello, everyone. Yes, the children can keep talking. That makes them happy. As you might know, I've been gone a little while. My wife and I went to Iraq for a week to visit some Muslims there, and my wife was able to share Jesus with a few people. And then I went to India for over 3 weeks, and now I'm back. So here's India. So what I'm telling about India has no reflection on our brother Sohan. India claims to have passed China because they did not limit their births. So it was well over 1 billion, close to 1.5 billion. And so if you ever meet an Indian, you're meeting the top 0.001%. Over 500 million people don't even have ID cards. The government does not recognize them. I'm dealing with the people that are below what was known as the untouchables. So this is the kind of people I've been going to. So this map is, I don't know, kind of small. Can you see the capital? No. Anyway, I start in the north, and then I go down south. So I start in the north, right in the middle is where Delhi, the capital, New Delhi they call it. I finally understood the county or district is called Delhi, and then the capital is New Delhi. Took me a while to figure that out. And then I go west, which is to the east. I go east, which is to the right, and then I go down, way down south. All right, here I am. So the place I go to, that's just kind of a overshot of it. India, New Delhi does not look like that. It's covered in trees everywhere I go. It's very beautiful, a lot of modern buildings. It takes us hours to get anywhere. It's a very big city, very well built up, very modern. And I mean, as you know, some of the richest people in the world are from India. But this is a little camp, and I believe it's because it's in a low spot. Nobody wanted to build there, so some people just came in and started putting houses together. There's no titles, there's no ownership. People just build. I'm standing on top of the second church my friend planted down in this slum, and they've just finished it, and there I'm on the roof. And anyway, just a little shot, kind of what the camp, but I guess, I don't know. You can't imagine. Can you imagine utter filth? I don't know. When I walk down the path, I don't want to walk on something really dirty. I don't want to fall into the open sewage. I don't want to hit my head because as you're about to see, I'm way taller than the average person. It's quite the obstacle course. Anyway, so we took the people out of the slum, brought them out to a Catholic center. They loved it. They got to smell flowers, sit in the grass, had a private room, and then meals, which were very simple. I mean, I could probably eaten half of the food that was served to everybody. But they're very happy with what they ate. And so this is my second time now to teach this group, these two little churches. And this year we went through 1 John as we're studying here, 1 John. And here's the group. Yes, everybody notices how colorful their dresses are. So amazingly, they get dressed up every day for our little conference, which was nice. And so this is, what did we have? Almost 60. So this was a lot more than we thought. Maybe half of the two churches were able to come. Everybody complained about my timing. I was right in the middle of all the school finals, so everybody said, we can't come, they can't come, their kids in school. And I'm like, well, okay. And then, of course, while I'm there, it's a national holiday. I mean, there's just always something going on in India, so I just don't even fight it. So when I entered the country, I told them I was a tourist, so what I'm doing here is highly illegal. So I tried to do something touristy every time. So we're the pastor, and there's his wife and one son. And I don't know if you can see there's something right in the middle that's a 500-year-old column. It's called a pole, so it wasn't really a minaret, but it was built by the Muslims 500 years ago. But it's a tourist spot in Delhi. So we went. And then I got on a plane and went east about halfway to Calcutta. So Daddy, and then Calcutta is on the port about halfway across. And here we are in Ranchi. So that's the name of this capital of one of the states. But most of the people I found out came from a different state. And so we're a mixture of village people. They're all from the villages. And some of them, and so they don't exist in the political system. And then some of them, so there's a state called Bihar. These are from the south side of Bihar, so the rat eaters from the south. And then later on I go to the north and pick up another bunch of them. So these people was actually my one-day seminar. So I concised 1 John into one day to more mature, educated Christians. And these people are all born Christian, most of them. There are a few converts, but most of them. So down south, some of them trace their lineage all the way back to St. Thomas. They believe they've been Christians for over 1,000 years. So, but of course, they've only been evangelical in their lifetime. These are all at least born again first generation. So anyway, I taught 1 John for a day, and then halfway we went upstairs and had lunch. Now the unique thing is this is two churches and maybe a few other people, but two different groups. They've never had fellowship before. And so they're all meeting each other for the first time and talking and sharing. And so my friend and I were helping build this Christian fellowship in this town. Because, as we're driving around, on Sunday morning, we're walking around, I said, oh, they're singing. Oh, they're singing over there. Oh, there are churches everywhere. But again, they ended up fighting each other more than working together. So it was good to see Christians working together. And there they are after the one-day seminar. This is the whole group of Christians. And then, so on Palm Sunday, I spoke 3 times. And then on Easter Sunday, I spoke 4 times. And then at this church also, I spoke and he loved me. And I loved it too. They said, you can't preach for less than an hour. The other churches, I'm doing like 15 minutes with the translation. I'm going for 4 hours there. I said, this is great. So be happy. I understand you. You don't want me to preach for a full hour when I get a chance. But anyway, he loved it. So Good Friday, I preached for an hour, Palm Sunday, and Easter. And so that was a very encouraging church. The pastor had me for lunch at his house. We're really good friends, and these people just love me, and I love them. And then on Easter Sunday, the same church where I spoke at down below, we go up on the roof because this is over 300. So down south is, because of all these Christians, it is a wealthier neighborhood. So lots of people from the north come down south to get jobs, to work on the farms, do menial jobs. And so they have actually thousands of Hindi speakers down south, and a couple of convicted men started this ministry to minister to the Hindi speakers in South. Because if they go to church, they wouldn't understand a word. It's very different, the North-South languages. And so they have this, and it's just growing and growing. Yeah, the first time I spoke there was probably 100, and then a couple of last Easter was 200, and now we have over 300. And Palm Sunday I didn't preach because they were out in the streets waving their palm branches. The South Church don't do that, so they're teaching the South Church how to celebrate Palm Sunday. It was and they had the news out there and everything. So anyway, it's again to see these two cultures coming together, to see Christians coming together. So we're helping do this. After the service, I was able to pass out some Bibles to people. They didn't have Bibles in their language. So this has been very encouraging to see this group grow down south. And that's my trip. Oh, that's right. Sorry. The last Sunday, I spoke in English. They put out a little flyer for me to everybody. And so English, all the educated people do speak English. And so my friend's been trying to build up an English fellowship. Again, people from different churches, so they get this Christian fellowship of people they would normally not see. and he had me speak, and that's also been encouraging. But my gas ran out. Electricity was off. There was no fans. And he said, after the service, he said, "You're tired." I said, "Yeah, I'm tired." As you can imagine, you should be tired just listening to me. I was tired after 3 weeks running around. But anyway, it was great to see the people. And again, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. And I'm happy to be back and not sick. And everything's well. Red Cross doesn't believe me, but I believe me. I don't have malaria. They won't take my blood for a year, but I don't believe I got malaria. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful to be here and be healthy. And thank you again. Now, the children are dismissed, and you can talk to one another.